Brian, Ace Nightfire beat you for the SLCW championship. Do you have any plans to get it back?
Honestly, when Ace beat me, it was very unexpected. It wasn't what, I came out there to do. But at the same time, Ace is one of those guys. He's one of the few guys that I can really say that deserves to be in that spot. I'm not saying that I would turn down an opportunity to face him, but at that same time, I'm not motivated to go take something away from somebody who I think is the right guy to hold it. I mean, since Ace has become champion, he's been a fighting champion, an honorable champion, and he's really worked his tail off, especially over this last year or so, to get to where he is now. And there's no reason, in my eyes, that I have to go and attempt to take away the glory that he has right now holding that championship.
Interesting. You've been in SL Wrestling for 5 years now. You even wrestled at DCWF WrestleFest 3. Who who was your favorite opponent?
Oh man, Killian, you told me you weren't going to hit me with the hard questions. It's hard to say. I've cut this in a couple of promos, and it really stands true. In my time in SL Wrestling, I have been lucky enough to face the best. Anyone who's ever claimed to be the best in wrestling or the best in the digital world, I've been lucky enough to not only face them but oftenly beat them. Um, but if I had to choose one, I guess I would say my favorite opponent was Resin Galaxy, and Resin was just really good to work with in the ring and really cool. Um, After he had his attitude change and we became friends, he was one of those guys that was great to drink with as well as to wrestle in the ring or against or with. Um, I mean, I'm not cutting him short. The guy did try to give me a concussion and end my career, but if I had to think of who was the most entertaining guy to work with, I would say that he probably fits that bill.
Okay, cool. Well, now here's something too. You were a founding member of the Virtual Wrestling World Wrestling Alliance.
Yeah,
How was that, and how hard was it to get started?
it was a challenge to a point at first. It was really cool to go to the first part. How was it? It was awesome. It was an amazing experience to create. Um, Getting it started, there were some ups and downs when we originally thought of the concept of it, but once we got the right people into place, it became very smooth. I thought it was a really cool idea just for the aspect that, we had at the time intense wrestling, over the edge wrestling, uh, pocketelic, or I think it's um, advanced or action pro wrestling now. But we had them and of course Hawks, Hellcat Angels Extreme. Um, that was awesome. It was just really cool to think of four companies that are working together that are in agreement to claim that not only do we believe that, yes, of course, our wrestlers are good and that our companies are good and strong, but that there are a couple people who really stand out in the SL wrestling scene. And because these people stand out, we believe that they shouldn't just be a Fed champion, but they should be a champion of the entire wrestling world when it came to virtual reality and Second Life, and it was really cool to work with everybody and to get that happen. And I was excited when we did Star Brawl, and I wish certain things wouldn't have happened in my life at the time after the birth of my son, and things that were going on that forced me away from SL, because I do believe that it would still be going, and it'd still be going strong, because we got such a turnout for that first big spectacular that I just think that it could have been something really unique and different in the SL wrestling world.
Interesting, interesting. No. What championship you held in SL?
I have been the DCWF OEW World Television Champion, which we spoke about previously, and then I have won the SLCW Men's Heavyweight Championship. I was also, for a stint, though it wasn't really recognized because it was after the VWWA had fallen, I held the heavyweight championship, beating my good friend Derek Zane, and something that I will say I do regret a little bit, because we pulled the wool on the fans on that one, and it probably wasn't the way I should have done business at that time. But like I said, it really wasn't recognized, so I don't count that very often. But the two titles that I have held in the business were the SLCW and the DCWF OEW Television Championship.
Okay, now here's a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
When you came back and took it straight to Vladimir, why Vladimir? Excuse me.
So my thing with Vladimir is that I don't like the way that he speaks to the people. I don't like his arrogance and the way that he talks down to them. I have, don't get me wrong, this is the pot calling the kettle black on many levels. I've done it myself, but since my kids were born, things have really changed in the way that I perceive certain things, and one of them has been just my attitude and really understanding the struggle of the American people has been a big contributing factor. And I don't like the way that he talks down to our people. I don't like the way that he talks down about our country. I'm completely sickened by it. So for me, I feel if there was any person that I just want to straighten out, I guess would be the term that we used to use when we were kids, that our dads always gave to us. That's the guy. He's the guy that needs to get that real harsh talking to, with my fist.